Welcome CDL fans to our third and final segment here in this July 2nd game day. Starting off the last month of the regular season here in the Car Demolition League, and just 4 more games to go left on this July 2nd game day. The Phoenix Firebirds going to lead off this third and final segment with a record of 9 wins, 3 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. Has them with 28 points. They came into this game day 2nd place in the Western Conference, 1st place in the Pacific Division, but in order to stay there, they need to get a win. The LA Blades got a win and moved to 10-4 and are at 30 points. So a win would put Phoenix at 31. They are on the road trying to get that done. Matt Geiser's squad being really impressive this year. But to the home side, kind of the opposite story for Lila Geiser's San Francisco Shinobis. 3 wins, 8 losses, 1 tie, 1 overtime loss. Lila having almost like a similar season to what Matt had last year, to where neither team was playoff bound, and it was a really tough year on both of his squads. Now she's having that almost like the same experience. So Matt knows where she's been, no doubt about that. But both teams going for that win is, of course, time running out, especially for teams at the bottom of the standings to try to make an impact. So that being said, let's get a look at the lineups. Green Arrow leads the way for the Phoenix Firebirds, followed by Kid Custom. At the captain spot, that's going to be Power Pistons, and that 5-point gainer for Matt Geiser's Phoenix Firebirds at stock 34. To the home side of the field, Blue 512 leads the way for Lila Geiser's San Francisco Shinobis. Following him out there is going to be Zapper. At the captain spot is Spectite Jr., and the rookie Clip Rod takes the 5-point gainer position today for the Shinobis. So here we go, Firebird Shinobis Pacific Division battle. It's on. Green Arrow has a good flip after a couple of collisions, and Green Arrow's having a resurgence here in 2021. Maybe it's the anniversary that got into him, something got into him, but he's doing much better this year than he was last year. 5-0 in the lead for the Firebirds, and make it 10-0 as his wheels are playing as it's flat. On his side, but his wheels making contact with the edge of the field. When it's on the edge here, you play that edge as if it's a flat surface to the rest of the field here. Check the CDL rule, right? So we got a 10-0 game, and that now brings out Spectite Jr. for the Shinobis, trying to keep him in it. Almost did right there. Green Arrow's on point today. So he's trying to maintain that Pacific Division lead, but that time he's taken down. So Spectite Jr. keeps the Shinobis alive in this game, 10-5 the score. Enter Kit Custom now. And Kit Custom's down. Spectite Jr. fighting back for the Shinobis, 10-10. All evened up now as that brings out Power Pistons. That's one of the funnest things about the CDL when you think about it from the outside. It's not fun for Matt Geiser right now, but I tell you what, you're never really done until you're done. And there is a flip that gives the Shinobis the lead, 15-10 the score. Captain's Day possibly in the works, 15-10. God, knock on wood when you mention CD, right? Captain's Day, possibly. We'll see if he can do it. Stock 34 trying to force overtime. Spectite Jr. trying to get the win. A couple of defensive cars trying to get it done. Play it like it's play. He's still up. So they go at it again. Spectite Jr. and Stock 34 with the game on the line. The Shinobis, who are down 10-0, now lead 15-10. Spectite Jr. looking for the Captain's Day, almost had it there. Both cars still up. It was close to an interference, but neither car was down. And that time we almost had to flip that sent us to overtime. That time Stock 34 hands on. Stock 34 won Crash Bowl 12 back in 2008 when he was a rookie. He was a rookie at the time with the Houston Oilers. And that time we had an interference. The interference against Stock 34 that's going to save Spectite Jr. It's still 15-10. Shinobis in the lead, looking to put this thing away. And off of the mesh and back onto the field. Gotta love that bounce. I love it, man. It's a new element to this game, and it's over right there. Just love that new mesh bounce back element that just sends cars back into the field to play. It's like going off the ropes in a wrestling match, right? It's just so much fun to see to see it happen. I ain't gonna lie. You know, in my mid-30s now, and it's just a joy to do these games, even still to this day. I've been doing it since I was 10, and it's just my hobby that I love to do, and things like that make it fun. 15-10, though, is the final. Captain's Day complete. Spectite Jr., 4-0 from the captain's spot. Hey, he's the only player out there that can have a 4-0 day. It's that captain car, and that's exactly what Spectite Jr. did. The Shinobis get the win over the Firebirds. 15-10 the final score after trailing 10-0. And folks, what that means is that the Los Angeles Blades have now taken the lead in the Pacific Division. So Alex Johnson, he's a happy camper right now about that one. For Matt Geiser, a tough loss to take. But the advantage that he has beaten LA twice this year. So who knows? Maybe get into the playoffs, you run to LA, you're a 3 seed, LA's a 2 seed, let's just say, and pass across. Who knows what will happen, but all to be seen. I guess that's the best way to put it. Coming up next, we're dragging on here. Coming up next, we head to the Northeast Division yet again. How many times we've been there today? We've been there twice today. So for the final time today, the New York Empire on the road to take on the Buffalo Warriors. That matchup coming up next. Just out of curiosity, on June 4th / June 6th, San Francisco lost 15-5 at Phoenix, so they avenged that loss. So the reversal of fortunes today as they'll split the season series. Anyways, Empire and Warriors next, and yeah, we'll look this up now so we don't have to get into it later. But yes, Buffalo lost to New York 15-10. So the rematch coming up. And we are back, CDL fans, to the game that's going to put us halfway through this final segment for game day 10 of 12 on the day. The New York Empire, first place in the Car Demolition League, one of the CDL's original 6. And they're taking out one of their original 6 rivals, the Buffalo Warriors, on the home side of the field. 6 wins, 6 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss for Buffalo. That puts them at 19 points. And coming into this game day, they were just 3 points back on the Tampa Bay Gators for that final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. On the visitor side of the field here, the New York Empire chugging right along in 2021. A record of 10 wins, 2 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. And like I said, 31 points on the season. Currently puts them first place in the Car Demolition League. But it's not exactly by a mile. The Mexico City Jaguars are behind them by just 1 point. And they're going to be playing against the Wind Attack after this match. So you're seeing the best of the best here in segment 3, so to speak. And both these teams, divisional rivals, trying to get a huge win. Of course, New York, I think you want to clinch that playoff spot as quick as you can. The only way you do that, keep on winning. Let's see how they plan to do it today. 15 Turbo leads the way for the New York Empire, followed by Rising Heat in his sophomore year. One hell of a rookie season. Anyways, to the captain spot, it's Black Bullet 2, a.k.a. the franchise, because he's been on this team since he came there in 2014, and ever since, hey, New York's a threat to make the playoffs every year. Why not call him franchise? And then at the 5-point gainer spot is Challenge. The only unfortunate thing for the Empire, if you're a New York fan trying to get interested into this, is that the Empire are the only original 6 team to never make it to a Crash Bowl. Could this be the year? Well, they're looking really good right now. But to the home side, the team that won the very first Crash Bowl, the Buffalo Warriors. But like I said, 6-6-0-1. We got Yellow Custom leading the way for the Warriors today, followed by What at the middleman spot. Tyrell has the captain's position at 5-point gainer for the Warriors. It's Toy Soldier. Both teams set and ready to go. Cross-state battle. Western New York versus New York City. It is on, and Yellow Custom with the offense. Getting the flip for the Warriors, 5-0 Buffalo on top. So that now brings out Rising Heat. Interference. So the interference will send him back to his own side. Playing on the hard field here, Buffalo has that advantage. And both cars able to stay up there, so they'll switch sides off the clip shot. And what a move by Rising Heat. So good defensively, but playing on a hard field, it might be muted, and it is muted here. Offense on a hard field will win a day, and Buffalo have faith in that offense today. It's working so far. 10-0 the score. Buffalo in the lead, looking to finish this thing. And make it 15-0 as Black Bullet 2 goes down. Just their 3rd regulation loss of the year. I amped them up. and they just couldn't live up to the hype in this one. 15-0 donuts served for dinner. And that one, folks, I have to say, that's a huge upset right there. Huge upset right there. Now, New York did win the first meeting between these two teams on the June 4th and 6th game day. 15-10 was the final score. But talk about a reversal of fortunes here. And if you're a Warriors fan, you're just saying, where has that been all year? Why can't we get that every game day? And maybe that's their problem. 7-6-0-1. Now they need the consistency to do that every day. But now the door of opportunity is open for the Mexico City Jaguars. With a win or even a tie for that matter, they could be first place in the Car Demolition League. They are on the road to take on Jim Hull Sr. and the Chicago Wind Attack. That match is next. Welcome back, CDL fans. Next game on tap about to be underway. The door of opportunity opens up for the visitors here. The 10 wins and 3 loss Mexico City Jaguars looking for the win that will put them at first place in the entire Car Demolition League. And of course, they would like to gain some ground on some other teams. LA made their way to 30 points today, so trying to stay ahead of them as because LA is now up to 10-4, so the pressure is on the Jaguars here. But definitely pressure, but opportunity at the same time. Their opponents, the 6-5-0-2 Chicago Wind Attack, only 20 points on the season right now, has them at 8th place in the conference. But with Denver getting a loss, they can maybe move up into that 7th spot with a win. Any points that they can get at this point would be huge, as that playoff race in the West is very close. Just to give you an idea, coming into this game day, just 6 points separated Los Angeles in 3rd place from 7th place Denver. 7 points between LA and Chicago. So matter of 3 games. So really, it can be done. Maybe at home they can get it done. But on June 4th/June 6th, these two teams did meet up. And on that day, Chicago was shut down 15-0 when they were on the road in Mexico City. That being said, a tall order for the Wind Attack here today. We'll see if they can complete it. Brandon Kuma's Mexico City Jaguars leading the way with Charizard today, followed by followed by Solid Snake at the middleman spot. For the captain spot, that's 48 hours, and that 5-point gainer is going to be Inquisitor. With these two being in the same division, with San Antonio, Chicago, and Mexico City in the same division, and those 2 cars being in the same division, I'm just saying. To the home side of the field, Blue Dragon leads the way for the Chicago Wind Attack, followed by Hot Indy at the middleman spot. At the captain spot is R, and at 5-point gainer is Red Detta. So the Wind Attack are ready, as are the Jaguars. Charizard and Blue Dragon about to start us off here. So here we go, matchup underway. These two go at it. Really been some success for Mexico City. They knocked Chicago out of the playoffs in the first round last year. And a dominant win here in the first game day that they met up this season. But this one starts pretty darn close. Blue Dragon holding his own against Charizard here. And a good barrel roll at the end to be able to stay up. Still in this fight, and almost a chance there. Charizard up to the task defensively to this point, but wow, the pressure being put on by Blue Dragon. So of course his Wind Attack in need of a win, they got a lead. Charizard down there, 5-0 Chicago. As that will now bring out Solid Snake. You see the car with the yellow front end, and both cars are going to be down here. And ooh, that's looking really ugly now. So that is going to need some repair between the game days, and the front end of Solid Snake finally gave out there. And it's really kind of been out of shape. I'll have to really look at that one. So Brandon Kuma, do take note if you're watching on that one. But 10-5, Chicago in the lead, looking to put this game away. 48 hours trying to tie it up. And last year's MVP, Hot Indy, looking for the win here. He's needed now, maybe more than ever. And look at that, 48 hours, able to stay up. They go at it again, both cars again, able to survive. The matchup's on. Offensive opportunities both ways and in abundance. Both cars getting off balance here. Hot Indy, so good offensively, and 48 hours, so good defensively. But 48 hours, he gets these strikes that come out of nowhere. He'll be on defense, just keep on going, but eventually he gets a flip. And it's just like you wouldn't see it coming because he's been playing defense the whole time. It's that instant strike. It's like an RKO. It comes out of nowhere. It's kind of like, that's just what he does. And again, a close chance there. And now this time, Hot Indy getting the flip. 48 hours down. And the score, my bad, it's done. Why am I pulling out the 5-point gainer? 15-5. Hot Indy from the middleman spot. And Inquisitor's like, come on, man, what the hell? But 15-5, Chicago gets some revenge on Mexico City from earlier in the season. New York remains first place in the league. And, well, folks, we now have a tie for the top spot in the Western Conference with 30 points. It's Mexico City and Los Angeles. So, unbelievable, to say the least. And actually, Los Angeles has the tiebreaker on Mexico City, winning their head-to-head match that they had this year. 15-5 was the final of that one. LA got the win against Mexico City, and Chicago gets the win over the Jaguars here today. So LA moves up into first place in the Western Conference, and gotta say that much, that Alex Johnson is used to being in that spot. But definitely Mexico City's held on to that first place spot for a long time, so the battle a long way from being over, but a huge win for Chicago today, a tough loss for Mexico City, and we are about to move on to our main event. Brandon Kuma looking to have better luck with his other team, the Tampa Bay Gators. They're about to be home, hosting really the Cinderella story of the CDL, the Miami Brawlers. Last place last year, and now they're like 8-5. So should be an interesting matchup. It's a showdown in the Sunshine State, and say that 5 times fast without whistling in your. Anyways, it's coming up next. Stay tuned. Well, CDL fans, I am looking over this situation, trying to figure out who's really got the top spot in the Eastern Conference. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to figure it out. Philadelphia got a win today, so they're at 10-3-0-1. New York, of course, fell to 10-3-0-1. So these are teams with 31 points. And Gowanda, well, they're up to 9-3-2-0 with their win against Boston. So because of all that, we currently have a tie at the top of the league between the New York Empire and the Philadelphia Demons. So Philadelphia has moved up into that spot. And July 9th, in case you're wondering, July 9th, Demons versus Empire. It's only a week away if they hang on to that lead up into that point. Should be a really fun one. But we got a main event for today, this July 2nd game day. We've got the Miami Brawlers coming into this game day with a record of 8 wins and 5 losses, no ties or OT losses. 5th place in the Eastern Conference, and trying to keep up with the rest of the pack, because of course the top 4 all got wins today. So here we got a battle between 5th place and 6th place, trying to keep up. Speaking of 6th place, yes, 7 wins, 5 losses, no ties, 1 overtime loss. The Tampa Bay Gators here at home looking to get the win against Miami, a team that took last place in the league last year against a team that won the Crash Bowl last year. And so defending world champs against the Cinderella team, and right now, really not much separating them in the standings. 8-5, 8-5-0-1, or rather 8-5 or 7-5-0-1, 2 points separating them in the standings. And of course, with all those teams on the outside looking in, doing their thing today, makes this game between 5th and 6th place a pretty big one. Now, if we look back to the last time these two teams met, Tampa Bay got the victory on the road. 15-10 was the final. We'll see if they can duplicate things at home. Miami looking for some revenge. Let's get a look at the lineups. Leading the way for Shane Geiser's Miami Brawlers today is going to be Gray Indy. Following him out there will be Buzzoff. Spinebuster has the captain spot, and Green Demon is at 5-point gainer for the Brawlers today. To the home side of the field, Brandon Kuma and his Tampa Bay Gators. Leading the way for them today is Ratified, followed by Purple Fire at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's 47 Ronin. And at 5-point gainer is Battle. So both teams set and ready to go. Kuma looking to have a better game here. Mexico City just couldn't get it done for him. But man, the standings are just insane. We got 3 teams with 31 points. We got like 3 teams with 30 points now. It's nuts. You gotta love this league, man. Talk about the competitiveness of it and how close it really is. So any given game day, here we go. What's gonna happen in this one? Our main event, Showdown in the Sunshine State, not a play there, still scoreless. Ratified and Gray Indy still battling. They'll switch sides here. They go at it again. Cards staying up as they continue their match, and this time Ratified has a good flip. 5-0 Tampa Bay in the lead as that brings out Buzz-Off for the Brawlers. Buzz-Off took a hiatus from the CDL, was out in free agency for a couple of years, and he's down quick here. 10-0 the score, and at home the Gators are looking good. As that brings out Spinebuster. He'll try to get Miami back into this game. Not going to happen. Both cars down. 15-5 is going to be the final. And Kuma, you couldn't get it done with Mexico City today, but the Gators are saying, hey, we are the world champs, man. Don't don't leave us out, right? We can do things too. And do things they certainly did. They are going to take over second place in the Atlantic Division. As a matter of fact, they're going to take that 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. 25 points just beat out 24. That's the simple way to put it. So that gap now 25-31, a 2-game gap between Tampa Bay and Philadelphia. As Tampa Bay gets the win, 15-5 here. And you know, I'm thinking about this. I think Tampa Bay only has 1 divisional game left. It's home against Puerto Rico on Tuesday. And then after that, let's see, at Gowanda. Not too easy there, right? Home against San Diego. Then at Los Angeles. Home against Boston. And then finally, to finish off the season, home against Mexico City. So yes, July 6th will be Tampa Bay's last divisional game. And as a matter of fact, this game day here was the last of the solely divisional matchup. So every game day from here on out is at least going to have 1 cross-division matchup or cross-conference game. So at least 1, right? Well, in the next one, we're going to have 4 cross-conference battles, Nevada and New York. Phoenix and Gowanda, I think, is going to be our main event, though. And then we got Houston, Washington, Chicago, and Atlanta. But that's all the cross-conference stuff. But yeah, I think that'll be a good one for the next game day. Phoenix and Gowanda. It'll be our main event. Until then, folks, much love. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being this part of this league. If you are a part of this league, if you're not part of it, or you just want to, be a fan of it, follow it a little bit more closely. Just start following us here. Subscribe here on YouTube. Click the bell for the notifications, and also get on Facebook at Car Demolition League. That's where you got to be if you ever want to be a team owner. That's where you're gonna have to. That's where you're gonna have to be. You got to be able to get those immediate notifications there. So it's in the rule book. Right? we do not have a physical rule book, but we do have one typed up. It's on the interweb somewhere. Anyways, we buried it somewhere out there. It's probably on that Facebook page. Hey. So until next time, folks. Much love. Take care of yourselves. Be yourselves. Have a very safe and happy 4th of July weekend. And until next time, peace.